Well, Ann Coulter's the best-selling author, a brilliant columnist. Now, you should go to AnnCoulter.com. You can get her columns there and get her book, In Trump We Trust. Get the book, Adios America. And follow Ann Coulter on Twitter. Ann Coulter, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. How are you, Mark Simone?
Very good. We get some breaking news here by the NFL owners. Apparently have just voted. They're going to announce it later. New rule. They will punish players for not standing during the anthem. You know, they're asking them to stay off the field, but if they come on the field and protest, there will be a punishment.
This is great news, and it shows that public pressure does get results. I mean, if the ratings were down so much for football, and I understand it. I mean, when you're rooting for, I'm not a huge football fan, but when you're rooting for a team, whatever the team is, you feel like they're your guys. You love them individually, and to have, especially for our sport, loved by kind of macho men way more than little ectomorph girls like me, to feel like they're against America and taking a knee over police shootings. I mean, it's no surprise, I think, that ratings were down, and I still say if it had been, if the World Series had been the Yankees and the Dodgers instead of the Astros and the Dodgers, I think that would have been the end of professional football. They're already suffering because of all the medical information coming out about concussions for the players. People are already a little uncomfortable with this. They don't want their kids playing football. Then you have the team that you consider, like your uncle, your father, your brothers. You love them, and they're taking a knee. So, yeah, I think this is a desperate financial move. It's a little disappointing that the owners didn't do it just automatically. But it shows you that Americans not liking what's going on really can have an effect.
Yeah, remember the owners last year? Donald Trump is wrong. Now this year in the meeting, apparently just said, you know what? He's right. We better stop this.
No, I don't understand why more people don't have Donald Trump's unbelievably dead-on instincts on any issue. As I've said before, I really think things would be going a whole lot better if we could just get everyone out of the White House except Donald Trump.
Take that MS-13 thing where he called them animals and then the media lied and said he was talking about immigrants. So today he puts out a press release where he used the word animal 15 times, including in the headline. When you're right, you're right. He never said, he was asked about, what are you doing about MS-13? That's where the animal line came out.
Well, also, I thought you were going to point out that yesterday, a member of MS-13 was sentenced for murdering a teenager in Boston, and his gang nickname is Animal.
Oh.
So Democrats are very upset that the MS-13 gang members are not respecting his dignity as a human being.
And we found the clip of CNN commentator Ana Navarro this is from a year or two ago, calling Trump an animal.
Oh, yeah, no. And as I pointed out on Jesse Waters over the weekend, also the beauteous Jennifer Rubin, ferocious, hysterical, never Trumper, she was calling people who oppose amnesty inhuman beasts.
Well, I feel bad about it. That Jennifer Rubin 4 years ago was like a rising star columnist, and then she went completely nuts over Trump, as did George Will. Some of these people just went completely psycho when he came along.
Yeah, that's true. I was never terribly impressed.
Well, hey, when they say the president is tweets, he doesn't know how to tweet. He's, you know who didn't know how to tweet? President Obama was the worst tweeter. Tweeting is, you're not supposed to say, wishing everyone a happy Memorial Day weekend. That's not what Twitter is for.
No. Not only is he the master of Twitter, I kind of hate to mention this article because I would like to think that it's always 100% Trump. But there was an article in the Daily Caller reporting that actually they have people sending Trump's tweets. They've mastered his style, so they'll use, throw in random capitalization, but the idea, it's wonderful that it looks like I'm sure some of it still is Trump, but I mean, they have been amazingly prescient. Every tweet he has sent.
I love the way they write these articles. Somebody has to tweet for him, like this has never happened with any president. Guy's the biggest guy in the world. People do things for him. He doesn't actually answer his own phone. Someone else answers it. And you can see that
as when with the campaign when it was unstoppable and it was pretty much just Trump, Corey Lewandowski, and Hope Hicks. I mean, what a good staffer to someone like Donald Trump does is I can't think of a better word. It sounds like the wrong word, but enable him. His instincts are right. Make his life easy. I could tweet for him. Stephen Miller could tweet for him. I think you could tweet for him. You would have to master just like the random capitalization thing. But we understand what he's trying to communicate, what he's saying. It's not that hard as long as you're not exactly tweeting for him. I mean, it used to be back when it was Hope and Corey, he'd just, shout something across the office and Hope would type it in for him.
Yeah. It looks now like Clapper, Brennan, Comey could be indicted at some point. Clearly, something happened. You see that thing where the Clapper on CNN, he goes, did you spy? We don't spy. We don't do spying.
Yeah.
What the hell do they do at the CIA if they don't do spying?
That's why we've got to get rid of the CIA. This isn't a new position. I'm not changing anything just because Trump is in office, and it turns out the deep state was working furiously on the taxpayers' dime to take him down. The CIA has been useless since the 70s. It's starting to look that way. I hate to say it, at least with the top brass and the Washington office of the FBI. It's looking like we need major reconfiguration of the FBI, and just get rid of the CIA. I love that the top spy is saying we don't do spy, which happens to be true, by the way, because of the Church Committee in the 70s. After Watergate, Democrats took total control, and not just Democrats, but the craziest Democrats, the ones who run the party today, total control of the Congress. They didn't even, tell Republicans when they were passing bills. They were passing bills in such profusion, people weren't even reading the bills. It was the most destructive period in United States history, that post-Watergate Congress. And one of the things they did was dismantle our intelligence agencies. So in fact, they don't spy. He's kind of telling the truth, but it's very frustrating for people who know what our, quote, our vaunted intelligence services are really up to, which is basically undermining Republican presidents, to watch these Hollywood movies where the CIA, they're so powerful, it's Jack Bauer at 24. I wish. It's nothing like that. Just shut the whole thing down and start over, if you even want to have it at all. It may be that it's just inevitable that any government agency that's given these enormous spying powers will come to no good.
Man, when you see these guys, and we've gotten to really know them, Brennan and Clapper, these are frightening, creepy weirdos. This is who we depended on to know if there was WMD?
I don't disagree with anything you just said, but I would also say they're really full of their own self-righteousness and very much enjoy going on TV. So, there's just always this pressure with people who are status conscious, and apparently most human beings in the world are. Which side you need to be on to be called brave, heroic, handsome? Remember when the ladies were having sex dreams about Comey during his hearings? And which side to be on if you want to be demeaned, attacked, ridiculed, and so on and so forth. And that's a real problem. These are weak men.
And creepy swamp creatures. Ann Coulter's working on a new book. You gave us the title. Are we allowed to say it again?
Resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile. And when will it be out?
According to the publisher, just before Labor Day weekend.
Oh, that's good. So we'll get it this summer.
Reading.
And you can get her new column. It comes out tonight. And everybody should get the book, In Trump We Trust. Great book about what really happened in that whole campaign. And get the book, Adios America. It's very important that people read that now so they know about the border and what needs to be done.
Yes.
And new column coming out at midnight. Go to AnnCoulter.com. Oh, and make sure you're following Ann Coulter on Twitter and on Facebook and Instagram and all that. Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Good to talk to you, Mark Simone. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.